pot it up.
So I brought you here today under extreme duress. Folks, you should know it's taken me about 8 or 9 months to get this video made. Gail kept fighting me every step of the way.
Don't you start with me.
But so this is going to just be a series on pods, and we're going to start with Gail walking us through what are pods, which machines you can use them,
which
that kind of
machines
stuff, pros
right out
and
of the
cons.
gate are ready for it, which machines you can adapt to it.
Okay.
A pod is a pre-measured portion of coffee that's a little bit like a tea bag.
Okay.
This up here. There it is. That's espresso coffee right there.
And that's a single shot.
It's a single shot. And typically it goes in a basket like that. You put
Okay.
it into the machine and brew. You really, on some machines, you have to have the right basket and the right setup. Otherwise, the water just goes around it and not down through it.
Just around this like little side area.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So in other words, the brew head has to really engage with the pod.
And force the water right through there.
Right through it, yeah.
Okay.
So some machines are set up right out of the gate to be worked with that, or work with it.
Okay.
Like this comes off of a Breville.
No, that's the
I mean a
from a
DeLonghi.
DeLonghi.
This is a DeLonghi. This in the single basket, you just put it into the machine. It works just fine.
And that's because why I don't have to transform the brew head at all. Why is
No.
that?
Well, because the brew head is going to come down and stick onto that, or come down far enough.
But also this is pressurized.
It's a pressurized basket as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much, it's not going to, it can't. It just can't, folks.
So in general, if I have a machine that has a pressurized portafilter or basket,
It's ready to go.
okay, I can use it for pods, and I
Yeah.
would have to use the single.
The single. And
Okay.
some have a pod basket, but
that
if they
comes-
don't, it's usually just the single.
And we did test doubles, but we couldn't actually. None of the machines we have would work well with it. So I don't know, like in the U.S., if there's a good double machine out there. But as far
Doubles
as
are hard to find, too.
yeah, as far as we could tell, the singles are where it's at.
So this is a Breville single pressurized. You could use that on the Breville.
Okay.
On the Aroma Via Venezia single basket in here does it.
Okay, with the little rubber
Disc.
gasket. Okay.
Yep. Then it goes underneath the basket.
So you don't have to do anything to the machine. Just change
Nope.
out the portafilter baskets.
Same with
okay.
the Dream Machine single basket. This one we did alter.
Yeah.
This machine.
So these come stock with the pod friendly and
It's much smaller brewhead gasket or brewhead screen.
in it, and it looks like it's just like a flower, like
It's more-
several few holes.
It looks more like, well, it's small like this. It's going to be small like this with bigger holes.
Okay.
But we
And so-
adapted this for ground coffee.
So that just enables it to force the water directly into that pod.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
You can see that it's going to go only into the pod. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to go everywhere else.
So these are some machines that that come stock, but then you do have the adapters. What machines can we adapt?
The La Speziale, the Musica by Nuovo Simonelli, the Rancilio, actually, is there any others? Is that
I think
it?
that's
I
it.
think that's it
Yeah.
too. Can't think of any others. But
And we actually-
these are some of the kits.
Yeah, we actually we'll do some videos on how to install and test those out later.
This is the La Speziale right here. Comes
Okay.
with a basket and it comes with a screen and the brew head dispersion.
Okay.
The water goes down through there. So it's a simple screw in, screw out on that one. This is the Sylvia one. Miss Sylvia.
Now you haven't done the Spaziale one before, but you've done the Silvio one before, and what was your experience with
Long
that?
time ago.
Okay.
The Sylvia it really isn't good for pods. You have to get inside and adjust the pressure as well. And once you do that, you're not going to be flipping back and forth.
It's a pod machine, or you stop, take everything apart, change the pressure, and move it back.
Yeah,
So you
exactly.
can't. It's not.
It's not compatible.
Convertible to it,
No,
okay.
it doesn't work well to go back and forth. Looks like this might be an extra gasket. It comes in two, but I'm going to check it out in the directions.
So why would I want to do this?
Well, pods. Whoops,
Yeah.
didn't mean to fling that at you.
I'm sure, Gail.
Pods are just very clean, neat. It's just easy to use.
Okay.
No you don't need a grinder. You don't need to worry about muss when you get done, when you get all that ground coffee all over the place.
You know you have the right amount each
You
time.
just pick this up and fling it.
Yeah.
Downside on pods.
Yes.
You don't typically get as good a shot.
And the crema actually suffers a lot, I've noticed too. Even in a pressurization, like on these guys, you just don't get that great of a.
And they're in a sealed pocket, whatever you want to call this thing. But
Yeah.
still, it's just not as good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like them for the convenience factor.
And I would say if you're doing a pod with some milk and maybe some syrup, maybe you wouldn't really notice.
So it's a single. You got to cut back a little.
Well,
all
yeah,
the volumes.
you probably like pulled 2. You need to do 2, I'd think.
Yeah.
If you want to do
They
double,
usually tend to
standard
be a
double.
little not as bold.
Yeah,
A little weaker. So yeah, I would pull 2.
maybe you'd even pull 3, Gail.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, this got too much milk in it.
Exactly, the queen of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically any machine on the market that says it's got pressurized portafilter baskets, I could likely use for this.
Likely.
Or I could adapt a higher end fancy schmancy if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. It's really ease of use.
Exactly.
If I got it all,
Yep. Yes, I think so.
but not as good of a shot.
Not as good a shot. And really, they're available. Most of the major brands have pods.
Exactly.
And it's E.S.E.
You need that size.
It's the size.
Yeah.
And that's the norm of all the machines we carry anyway. E.S.E.
Cool. All right. Thank you,
Alrighty.
Gail.
You're welcome.